Vishnu, this particular tape, which we haven't aired till now, has been a subject of immense controversy, and the Bhushans in particular have been saying that this entire tape was basically been forged, it's been fabricated. It's a conversation that actually never took place. Now, you've been doing a lot of investigation, and you seem to have now come up with some evidence to show that what they are saying is correct, and that this tape perhaps was fabricated.
And the common link, in a sense, is Amar Singh, and we've been speaking about Amar Singh. So now let's just look at Amar Singh and his taped conversations in a completely different context. Now, a few weeks back, as Vikram mentioned, there was this mysterious CD which was sent to several media houses across the country. What did this contain? A phone conversation apparently between the senior advocate Shanti Bhushan and the former UP Chief Minister Mulayam Singh Yadav. Amar Singh apparently appeared as a go-between. Now, the conversation allegedly had Shanti Bhushan discussing how Supreme Court judges could be bought, or how judges, in fact, could be bought for a few crore rupees. The Bhushans maintained that the tapes were entirely doctored. Now, in the days that followed, different laboratories investigating the authenticity of the tapes had different versions on whether or not the conversation actually happened or the recording was doctored. Now, we in NDTV decided not to air the CD, but now, for the first time, we will play parts of it out to you. And that's because we believe we have clear evidence to indicate that the Bhushan conversation on influencing judges never took place. This is because it appears that parts of the original Amar Singh conversation, which the Supreme Court allowed to be released yesterday and which you were in fact listening to just a little while back, parts of that conversation was in fact lifted and inserted into the recorded conversation that the Bhushans had with Amar Singh and Mulayam Singh Yadav. Sounds pretty confusing, doesn't it? Yes, it does. I'm pretty sure you'd agree with that. But we'll try and make it clear. First up, here's a part of the alleged Shanti Bhushan conversation. Now, in what you're about to hear, we are not airing the entire clip with allegations of how judges are vulnerable. We're not sure we can actually do that. But still, here's a part of that conversation to give you an idea, and then we'll deconstruct that conversation with how there's been the splicing process which has happened, which has resulted in a fake conversation.
हेलो नेताजी, आप तो जानते ही हैं ये शांति भूषण जी को बगल में बैठे हुए हैं। प्रशांत भूषण इन्हीं के लड़के हैं, PIL वगैरह करते हैं, फेमस है बहुत, वो भी अच्छे खासे वकील हैं। कह रहे थे आजरा वाला मैटर के लिए जस्टिस उनका बहुत अच्छा है, और वो काम करा देंगे। बहुत अच्छा किया। लीजिए, आप इनसे बात कर लीजिए, खुद ही जो उचित समझे आप कर लीजिए। ठीक है। हेलो, देखिए प्रशांत PIL करते हैं, उससे कुछ कमाते नहीं।
Okay, we'll explain that's the broader context. Again, we are not airing that part of the allegations of how money can be given to judges to influence them. But the conversation that you heard actually goes on allegedly between Shanti Bhushan and Mulayam Singh Yadav till it reaches this crucial point. Listen carefully to what Mulayam Singh Yadav has to say.
ये तो जज बनाने के लिए कहते थे, अच्छा लाख रुपए ले आओ, मैं तुम्हें जज बनवा दूं। अब इनको कौन समझाए, चाहे गृहमंत्री हो चाहे कोई हो, इनको क्या समझाया जाए?
Okay, now let's just go quickly to another conversation altogether, which is part of the series of conversations that make up the so-called Amar Singh tapes allowed to be broadcast yesterday. Here, Amar Singh and Mulayam are supposedly heard talking to each other. There's no Shanti Bhushan here. It's a long phone conversation. We're going to play out an important part of it. Again, listen to these conversations and we'll pull it all together for you and explain to what you've been listening.
मैं सुन रहा था, लगा था,
अंत में मैंने भी बोल दिया,
आपका भी बोल दिया, चल ठीक रहे। लेकिन वो एक बात भूल गए आप, ये सुझाव नहीं थे, आदेश है, कहते आपने जैसे पढ़े हैं, मैं भी सुन रहा था, सब आदेश हैं। अब इनको कौन समझाए, जो चाहे गृहमंत्री हो चाहे कोई हो, इनको क्या समझाया जाए?
Well, we'll now play the original Amar Singh tape. Listen to this one and see how similar this is to the so-called Shanti Bhushan tape.
नहीं तो मर जाएंगे ये सब।
हाँ, कहीं के नहीं रहे। कल प्रकाश कारक देंगे बयान
जी?
कल प्रकाश कारक देंगे?
हाँ देंगे।
दे दिया फॉरवर्ड ब्लॉग ने?
फॉरवर्ड ब्लॉग ने दे दिया।
देवव्रत
हाँ वो लखनऊ था, लखनऊ में दे दिया।
बहुत अच्छा किया।
और परसों हम लोग सब साथ होंगे एक मंच पर। तो अब ये मीडिया से भी हारेंगे थोड़ी, ये लोग ब्लैकआउट किए थे तो हमारी जीत थी।
हाँ
ये लंबा खींचो।
हाँ लंबा खींचो।
हाँ तो आज तो पूरा देश देख ही लिया होगा।
आप देख लिया पूरा देश।
हाँ देख लिया एकदम। चलिए सर,
अच्छा
आपका आशीर्वाद बना रहे हम लोग।
पूरा आशीर्वाद।
जी जी।
हम तो आप गए।
हाँ हो गए।
अच्छा।
All right, the same words, the same tone, the same voices on two different conversations. To us, this is conclusive evidence that the Shanti Bhushan tape was doctored. And we can now clearly point to the exact conversation from which Mulayam Singh Yadav's voice has been lifted and placed along with Shanti Bhushan's voice to make it look like a real conversation. It's also important to mention here that we do not hold any brief for Shanti Bhushan. In fact, Shanti Bhushan has been hostile in the past to NDTV. But for us, this story seemed important. And whether some Shanti Bhushan abuses us or not, it is our duty as journalists to make you aware, to report what we see. The rest is up to you to decide.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone. Fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.